Hello, this lesson will talk about scale. Scale is another application of razors. For the scale, we mainly use it in drawings. For the drawings, we usually need to reduce or enlarge of a real object, which is according to our razor. For the scale, it is a ratio between the drawing length and the length of real object. That is, the scale is the ratio, okay? That means it is the length of scale drawing over the actual length. Or you can say it is a ratio of length of scale drawing to the actual length. For the scale, there are mainly two types of presentations. The first is about a map. We know that the length in the actual row must be so larger than the rows in the map drawings. So that means that the map of a place must be reduced from the actual place. And in the presentation of map, we usually use the ratio 1 to n, and n is much larger than 1. For example, we say that when we talk about the scale is 1 to 500,000. Okay, so in this scale, that means that on the map, we use 1 cm represents 500,000 cm. That means when you measure 1 cm on the map, the actual length on the place, the same rows, it is the 500,000 cm. In other words, that means this is when we convert the unit, this one equals to 5 km. Another type of presentation is used on the ant drawing. We know that the ant is a very small animal, okay? So in this case, when we need to make a drawing, that means we need to enlarge the real object. So in this case, it is a reverse. We know that the length in drawing will so larger than actual length. In this type of drawing, the scale we use present n to 1, like n to 1. Of course, n is much larger than 1, okay? So for example, when we say the scale is 100 to 1, that means, okay, on the drawing, we use 100 mm, okay? I say the same, so because you know that the scale, okay, the ratio has no unit. That means that both should have the same unit. So when 100 to 1, it is the 100 mm. We use 100 mm, right, to represent 1 mm on actual object. Okay, so that means on the drawing, okay, where we measure 100 mm on the map on the drawing, okay, in the actual object only represent that means it only represent 1 mm on the real object, okay, and we know for the 100 mm that means equal to 10 cm. So that means on the map we find is 10 cm, but it's only enlarged from actual object, which is only represent 1 mm only, okay. Alright, now we would like to have some examples here. The first one is a row, right? A row, we want to find the scale. We know that on the row, okay, the actual length is 8 km, and the length on the map is 5 cm, okay? So this one, because we know all the two lengths, okay? So when we know all the two lengths, then the scale, we know that equals to the drawing length to actual length. That means equals to 5 cm to 8 km. But we know that because they have different units, so we need to do some conversion. And we know 8 km, that means that equals to 800,000 cm. Okay, no unit now. And of course, this ratio can be simplified. That means equals to 1 to 160,000. So that means that for this map, okay, on for this row, the scale we use is 1 to 160,000.